What is good, everyone? OJ over here from PlayerEssence, and welcome to my village of Nintendo Switch and gaming news, Ninja. Today, we've got some awesome information for you, in addition to a nice discussion on this whole Mario+Rabbids Kingdom Battle leaks that everyone is freaking out about. We've got people saying, exclusive, breaking news, like all this stuff. It's been pretty funny to see the reactions from various Nintendo outlets and stuff, so we'll discuss that in a bit. But before we get into that, let's go ahead and get into some news here that I wanted to catch up on, and that is first with Red Dead Redemption 2 being delayed to spring 2018, plus we have some new screenshots. There will be more details out this summer. So Rockstar Games has delayed Red Dead Redemption 2 from its previously planned fall 2017 release window to spring 2018 on the PS4 and Xbox One. Here is a message from the developer. The outlaw epic set across the vast and unforgiving American heartland will be the first Rockstar game created from the ground up for the latest generation of console hardware, and some extra time is necessary to ensure that we can deliver the best experience possible to our fans. We are very sorry for any disappointment this delay causes, but we are firm believers in delivering a game only when it's ready. We are really excited to bring you more details about the game this summer. In the meantime, please enjoy this selection of new screenshots from the world of Red Dead Redemption 2. So let me just tell you something right now. This game was going to be delayed. This game had to be delayed from the release window of this fall. There was no way that it was going to make it this year, because this game is going to be extremely ambitious. They need more time in order to optimize on both the PS4 and Xbox One, because I know a lot of people like to say, oh, they're so similar, it's just easy, you just port it to one and it just works. No, you need optimization on each of those platforms. You want to make sure that all the content is ready to go. The team is working super hard on this game, and it's not easy. Game development is not about dancing and singing around and typing a few keys here and looking at a few things and all of a sudden the game pops out of nowhere. You need time, and they announced the game as far as when it was going to come out a little too early, because they probably got a lot more cool things they wanted to add. They probably said, hey, we need to test more of these things. So definitely I saw this coming. When I first saw it, I didn't report on it. I'm like, you know what, this is probably going to get delayed. So I was like, you know what, I'll just wait. I won't talk about Red Dead Redemption 2. I talked about a rumor about it a while ago, but I haven't talked about this game. And just to let you guys know, I actually really like the first one. It's one of the few Rockstar games that I like. I don't like Grand Theft Auto, never really liked Grand Theft Auto. I don't think Grand Theft Auto was that great, but that's just my opinion on the matter. I really loved Red Dead Redemption 1, played it, beat it, thought it was a great game. Now moving on to this game, I'm really excited for it, but I want them to make sure that it's more polished than the Red Dead Redemption on the Xbox 360 was. So take your time, make sure that it's good, and release it when it's ready. But I already knew it was going to be delayed, that's why I didn't talk about it firsthand. But it's delayed, it's probably going to be a better game. The screenshots that they showed off look amazing, especially if that's completely in-game. They are going to spend a lot of money on this game, but it is going to sell a lot. I'm thinking it's going to sell upward of 30 million copies when it's all said and done, maybe even more. We've seen how much Grand Theft Auto has sold, and I think Red Dead is a superior franchise, so it might even sell more than that. 30, 40 million, maybe more. We'll see what happens in the end, but I do feel that this game definitely needed that extra time for development, and it's going to be a much better game because of this delay. Alright, and moving on to the next article here. We have the download size for Darksiders War Mastered Edition on the Nintendo Wii U. So Darksiders War Mastered Edition launched today on the Nintendo Wii U to buy or download digitally on the Wii U eShop. Thanks to an image from Nintendo Impact Gaming, the game will need 11 gigabytes to download on the Wii U digitally. So this is something that I felt was a mistake by THQ Nordic. I really thought that they should have brought the game to Nintendo Switch. They knew about the Switch, maybe not as early as some of the developers out there, but I do feel that they should have canceled this and put it out on the Switch, and maybe they will do so, but it just doesn't compel me to go out there and buy the 30 frames 1080p version of this game when there's a 60 frames version, and the Nintendo Switch could probably get a 60 frames version in a little bit. Maybe they do release one on the Nintendo Switch, because THQ Nordic is one of the planned developers that are on there. They're going to have one of their games, Battle Chasers, coming, and there's probably more. So I do feel that, you know, I want to go out there and buy this on the Wii U, but I just feel that there's going to be a better version on the Nintendo Switch or the PS4 and Xbox One versions, but I'll take the portability if they can have it over being tethered to a home console like the Wii U. I would really like them to bring it over to Nintendo Switch. I just think it's a little bit of a mistake just having it on the Wii U and not on the Switch. We've seen a lot of developers cancel their games and put them on the Nintendo Switch instead. But I do think that this game was probably too far in development before they even could make a decision. So it's definitely not all their fault. It's just timing. I think timing was probably the worst thing in this game's case when it comes to Nintendo, that is. But I do feel that this game could eventually make its way to Nintendo Switch, and when it does make its way to Nintendo Switch, THQ Nordic has been really good to Nintendo fans, so hopefully Darksiders 3 comes, because that game I'm really excited for, because out of all the characters that we've had so far in the Darksiders franchise, to me, Fury is not only the best one, but visually just appealing, just a slim, slender build. I like that more for my characters, not big hulking menaces. I just don't like playing as big hulking looking guys, so playing as her would be a lot more fun in my opinion when it comes down to just the look of the character, aesthetics, but just the game being Unreal Engine 4, looking great on PS4 and Xbox One PC. Still have some early gameplay footage, but yeah, I'm really excited. But hopefully Darksiders War Mastered Edition does well, and they feel that there's enough of a base out there that they can say, hey, let's bring it over to Nintendo Switch, because I think it would do really well on the Nintendo Switch, especially alongside a game like Zelda. I think there's a lot of fans that would snap that up on the Switch, especially for the $20 price point, and if there's a physical version, yo, count me in. I'm happy for everyone who's looking forward to the game on the Wii U, and it is going to be 11 gigabytes. Alright, and lastly, let's get into some new details on the Mario+Rabbids Kingdom Battle as far as what has been leaked. So I didn't want to rush out and put out a video. I've seen people, seriously, some people making 2 to 3 videos, like consecutively, 3 or 4 videos, continuously releasing information in new videos, instead of just waiting for all the information and putting it out there. There's just been so much people that are just like rushing and saying all sorts of things, and it's just been crazy. So I wanted to give you guys a concise, good look at the Mario+Rabbids Kingdom Battle game when it comes to the content, and I'll give you guys some insight as far as what I think. Now, as you guys know, I was the first to report that this game was using the Snowdrop engine, and yes, I saw these images, I saw this stuff a long time ago. This is not something new to me. This is why I was so confident that this game is real. This is why I made multiple videos talking about this game and pretty much contesting anyone who said, oh, well, it's not real, you don't know what you're talking about. Like, no, it's 100% real. I told people it's 100% real, which I never say when it comes to rumors and all that. I'm always like, hey, it's rumored, you know, it is what it is. But with this game, I was like, this is real, this is 100% real, it's going to come. And if it doesn't come, it's because it's canceled and the artwork is going to leak and you guys are going to see what we saw. So all this stuff is something that I've known about. It's not surprising to me. A lot of people are surprised, like going crazy. Not surprising to me. And this is a Ubisoft game. Ubisoft went to Nintendo to see if they can get this game as far as the concept goes, and they agreed. They like it. Similar to how Koei Tecmo approached Nintendo for a Hyrule Warrior. So let's go ahead and get into the information from all the different slides that I've seen for a while now that are becoming public information for you guys to consume. So apparently the game will be out this summer, and that is anywhere from August to September, somewhere in that range. It's an RPG that mixes exploration and turn-based combat, strategy RPG more than anything. The exploration is estimated to be about 35% of the game. Combat makes up about 65%, so it's a very combat-focused game when it comes to upgrading, stat building, things like that. Each of the 4 worlds are twisted Mario worlds filled with references. Combat is weapon-based. Mario and company can use guns for the first time, which is not true because Mario can use guns in Super Smash Brothers. But I'm not sure why they're saying that it's for the first time. No, it's not. That's completely false. 8 different characters can be used. Mario, Luigi, Peach, Yoshi, and Rabbids dress up as each of them. Combat is described as more tactical, more akin to a strategy RPG than what you might expect from a Mario RPG. So people were trying to say, oh, well, it's like Mario and Luigi. No, it's not like Mario and Luigi. It's its own base game. More than anything. It can be played in co-op for 2 players as well. Ubisoft appears to be publishing, estimated to be around 20 hours long. Again, runs on the Ubisoft Snowdrop engine, which I reported first. Ubisoft Paris and Milan developing. The goal of Mario+Rabbids Kingdom Battle was to be a surprise announcement for E3. Too late. And then hands-on also there. Still due out in August or September when it comes to the information here. So yeah, this is a lot of information to take in. And the thing that I would probably relate this to maybe what Ubisoft is looking back to in this game, a lot of you guys probably don't remember this game, but Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Shadow Wars. If you remember that, that was like a strategy, action-ish RPG that released on the 3DS very early in its life and got great reviews, but was just a little light when it comes to things. But yeah, that's a game that's a strategy RPG, took a franchise that never really was in the strategy RPG and kind of put it in there to suit the system that it was on, the portable play. So I do feel that Ubisoft has had experience with this before, taking franchises They don't really have anything to do with one genre or another and then putting it into there. Now with this game, you see that there's going to be a lot of comedy, a lot of humor, a lot of that stuff, as you can see with the artwork that has been leaked with Princess Peach and the selfies and all of that. And that's what this game is aiming for. It's aiming for a little bit of a mix between Ubisoft's own, RPG progression that they do in a lot of their games, but also that standard humor that you would see in a Mario RPG. This is really not a Nintendo game, so a lot of people are trying to put Nintendo together with this. This is not a Nintendo game. This is something that Nintendo is probably looking over, but it's definitely not Nintendo's idea. So expect it to be a little bit more witty, expect it to have a little bit more humor in there that you would not expect. Like you saw with Super Mario RPG, there was definitely some more adult themes and humor and other stuff in there that you wouldn't expect in a normal Mario game, because it was Square Enix that really made that game, not Nintendo. So expect that with this game here. So I'm not surprised with what's going on with the game. I do feel that it is going to be a good, solid game. Is it going to be like the greatest thing ever? Is it going to be super AAA like Mario Odyssey or something like that? No, absolutely not. But is it going to be a good RPG that's going to have a lot of good replay value that will be worth your money? Absolutely, especially if you like RPGs. It's going to be right up your alley. Don't think of it as a Mario game, because that's not what it is based on all this information here. It's not. It's using the Mario brand because Mario is popular. Therefore, more people are going to be attracted to the game. Ubisoft wants to be successful on Nintendo platforms. They know that Nintendo fans will buy games if their game is good or it appeals to them. And with this game, they're thinking this is probably the best thing they can do to infuse one of their IPs into what Nintendo has, but do it in a way that's fun and good and can appeal to a broad age range in order to increase sales. Obviously, Ubisoft sales on the Wii U were pretty trash. Ubisoft sales on the 3DS were pretty trash. This has a chance to be one of the best-selling games on a Nintendo system from Ubisoft since probably Rayman Legends, even though we know there was controversy with the game, but even before that was Rayman Raving Rabbids, which sold over 1 million units on the Wii. So that's what Ubisoft wants from their games. They want big sellers. They don't want 500,000 or 600,000 units. So that's the reason why this game is even here, because Ubisoft wants to be a part of the Nintendo success story, and that's why I think that they approached them with this style of game, with one of their popular franchises and Nintendo's most popular, or easily one of Nintendo's most popular, most recognizable characters, Mario. So I do feel this game is going to be really good. I'm excited to see what comes of it and some hands-on as far as gameplay goes, but I'm already sold on this game because it's a strategy RPG from Ubisoft. They know how to make progression-based systems, and I think that strategy RPG is easily the safest one to do to have a good game. Even when you do turn-based, that's a little bit harder to get a good game, okay? It can be boring. Whereas strategy RPG, there's really not a lot of things you can do to mess that genre up. I mean, they did a good job with Ghost Recon Shadow Wars, so I expect them to do a good job with this game here. Let me know what you guys think about all of this here. I know it's a lot to take in. There's a lot of information there, but it is indeed real, like I said, and I do feel that it's going to be a good game. It should be coming out fairly soon, and yeah, it's going to be fun just to see how everything turns out. All right, guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. There you'll have links over to our Facebook and our Twitter page, social media. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow and all that. It really helps us spread the content of Player Essence across the web and of course on YouTube. Also make sure you check out our Patreon page where you can pledge any tier and be entered in to win the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild Guardian amiibo that we're going to be giving away very soon here, in addition to prize tournaments, Discord voice chat during my live streams, and much more. So please check that out and support PE Arena and PE Live right here on Player Essence on Patreon. Also make sure you hit that like button if you did like this video. Let me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future, and subscribe to Player Essence for the latest news, reviews, discussions, and more. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you ninja for the next video. Peace.